I went to school with all three of my children. I went to school with all three of my children when I was in vitro. I went to junior high when I was pregnant with my first son. Didn't tell anybody I was pregnant until I was 7 months. And my mother signed my son away because I supposedly was pregnant from a rape, and I don't believe any of that. I was raped. And when I told my mother I was raped, she said that God was punishing me. But I think it was just me being at the wrong place at the wrong time, saying the wrong age, big lie that ruined the rest of my, ruined my physical appearance. At 13, I already had stretch marks of a mother, not a child. And I wouldn't go into as much as this as I am, but I told some people that were two neighbors down that I was 16 when I was 13. I looked 16. I was 13. They invited me over, and it was in a trailer. And I didn't realize I was in trouble until I seen a kilo bag of Coke on the counter. And I was viciously attacked, locked out of the house, and had to sleep in a shed behind my mom's house because she locked me out because I snuck out. And then I had the fear of it happening again because I was pretty much in the bush where I had built a cabin for myself with wood and stuff. I built a little hut, like a hut that I could go live in. So if I wanted to get away from everything, I could go there. Well, that was the only place I could go. And I think it was 7 months later I told my mom, 7 months later I told my mom that I was raped, and she said, well, God punished you for sneaking out. That's how conniving and evil that lady is. And then to sign my son away when I never would have given him one bit of harm, ever. And I just, over the last few years, I've realized I know who the father to my daughter's is. Father is my son's father because they are identical. But I've just realized just now who that person is that did that to me that night. And that's why I'm in a little bit of a shocker right now. It was somebody that my father always had coffee with. And he was well known around the area. And he has a brother, and it was two brothers that raped me. So that's what happens when you have PTSD. You'll work things out in your mind to the point where you figure it all out down to a T. And I just did. Well, that's the wild world of PTSD. It's a real it dawns on me that now I realize that these two brothers had an illness, the cocaine problem. And to them, I wasn't a victim. I got what I wanted. Because I went there, saying I was 16. They were very violent with me, but I can't say that I shouldn't. I can say I shouldn't have went over there or lied to them. And they probably will always wonder, after they see me pregnant, if they were the father. But I can, at this point right now, definitely say that they weren't and aren't or ever will be, because they are cruel bastards. Makes you ill. Like, I recently had to go through a thing, and an official lied on documentation, respectively, to make Ontario look nice. Fuck you, Mr. Official. Go to fucking hell. You cannot blame a country or a place that never existed in my life on a problem that happened in Ontario. You deny facts that are documented in one of the biggest hospitals in all of Canada when it comes to forensic science. I have documented on disc, copy after copy, report after report of me surviving overdoses that would kill an elephant. And because people switch hands, and one official says, oh my God, I get to go bigger up in the government now, yay! So she goes up higher in the government, and Mr. Blow Joe No Go comes in and says, I'm the official taking care of this, changes the name of the country, jerks himself off and says, I did a good job. Fuck you, buddy. You'll regret it one day. Whether it be the President of the United States coming down on your ass, or yes, the President of the United States, because you blamed what happened to me on the United States of America, which is the greatest country in the world, where all your dreams come true, and where Canada is the nightmare of any living soul that has to deal with doctors. This is a God-forsaken Ontario, because the people that run it are God-forsaken. Mr. Ritzy with all your money lining your pockets and your coattails and your $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 suits that you wear once and hang up in your lovey-dovey walk-in 50-foot walk-in closet, while you get people on disability $1,100 when they've got to pay $750 for a one-bedroom apartment, plus hydro, plus pay food. there should be an exemption that would change everything across all of Canada if the government would just raise the damn allowance for rent of our disability. Our disabilities has stayed at $495 for a single person for 20 fucking years. And once a year, we get $5 extra. $20 fucking years. The goddamn fucking thing has been $4.95, $4.97 for someone that's single. It costs $7.50 to live in a single apartment. If it's two people to live, you should get double that to double the expenses it costs to live. You cannot find a place anywhere to live anymore. You are making the homeless more homeless, the poor more poor, the sick more sick, and you guys are in your glories, and you are not good people. And if you were good people, you would listen to what I'm saying and make equal opportunity for all. I'm with 100 Mighty Mighty. That's me. I'm Mighty Mighty Mouse. I'm Miss Marijuana Mama that's so crazy she don't know what she's talking about. But you know what? I make a lot more sense than these people that keep putting money in other countries that already have money and don't help their people either. And line their pockets. Woo! Well, I can't breathe though. It's suffocating. Open it. I'll open this. Woo! Yeah, I'm just a little perturbed. Not a lot, just a little, if you can tell. Devastating stuff. I just come to logistics with everybody. Logistics. The last 30 years, more laws have been put in place every single day. The laws help people that shouldn't be helped, don't help the people that should, destroy people that are good, and empower the ones that hate. Where is there any democracy or loyalty or kindness or anything within this whole system is backwards, upside down, fidgeted around like a bunch of morons that don't even know what they're doing or except for fucking helping their friends get into the government so they can all benefit from being in the government. In 4 years, I'm going to be the president or prime minister. If I have to go to school for 4 years just to be able to be in the government, I will be. Because you know what? I'm not talking for everybody that's already got money. I'm talking for the ones that don't. You know what? There's a lot more of us than there are of you. You know, it would have been much better if a gentleman of the native culture would have got into government. Native as a native on Canada or native of Ontario. He loves our country. He loves his people in the country. He would treat us equally. He would give us justice. He would give us advancements that our government will never get because they're not smart enough. The advancements will come when the people from the nations, the Aboriginal nations,